your guys certainly battled well into the third quarter, right, with an FBS team in Georgia Southern before coming up a little short 45-17. Just talk to me and give me impressions on the way your team played.
Yeah, I like the way we came out and competed. I thought, our guys were certainly ready to play and competed at a high level, and had a lot of momentum going into half. Had the pick six by Devin Vaught to Kai Chisholm, tipped it to Devin Vaught, and we took it back for a pick six, and then got a stop on a 2-minute drive on defense again, showed up again, and forced a missed field goal. So really felt good about kind of where we were at and um, what we had going within the game. So a lot of excitement there, and I think just the second half, a few missed plays by us offensively, and they were able to hit some plays, and you got to play 4 quarters playing an FBS opponent. So that's our second one this year in 4 games. So I think our guys definitely have a level of confidence in terms of playing high level of competition and playing on the road. So just really like that way they competed, and think it's gonna have its benefits down the road as we continue to get into conference play and finish up another non-conference game here in a couple weeks.
First question for you this morning for Ben Barr. Good morning, Ben.
Morning. Coach, my questions for you are how do you plan on balancing having Carter and Caden at the quarterback position moving forward? And also, how can your team execute to have better third down conversion numbers moving forward? Thank you.
Yeah, that's certainly part of it. We got to be more efficient on third down. We've certainly gone for it a number of times on fourth down because some of that's the result of third down. But need to be better there, finding ways to get the ball out. Excuse me, so get the ball out, get into playmakers' hands so that they can go make plays and get down the field and get first down. So, in terms of Carter and Caden, really just doing things that are going to help us move the ball down the field in the pass game. I think both have strengths, and we're just trying to do what's best for our football team and put us in a position to move the ball effectively down the field. And a lot of that determines how those things play out in the game is through the week of practice. So we'll be monitoring that through practice, but feel confident in both those guys.
All right, thanks.
Next question from Tiffany. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Coach Stevens, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Talking about ball security, and what is your discussion going to be with your team this week about ball security?
Yeah, ball security, I mean, is super important in terms of what we're doing. Obviously, we make a huge emphasis of that. Don't think we have been as great with that. Maybe if you look at the years past up to this point, but want to still find ways where we can be at the top of the league in the turnover margin battle. That's creating some takeaways on defense. I think we were better at that this weekend. Obviously, we had the forced fumble when we had the pick, so continue to find ways there. Then offensively, got to find just continue to take care of the football. I thought we did on offense. We had the turnover on the muff punt, and that was in the second half. So just got to take care of the football. That's the number one thing. We make a huge emphasis of it every day. We drill it, we emphasize it, we demand it. So we'll continue to take care of the football. I think, you know, a lot of that has to do with playing within yourself and playing within the scheme and putting the ball where it needs to go, not forcing things that be there that might not be there. And that's something that we've been echoing to our players.
I've been asking this question all morning. There's always that one player on every team that's overshadowed, that's not in the article. What player on your team do you feel that is?
Yeah, I think really it's like a group. I think of our running back group. I think they've been doing a tremendous job just showing up, being really consistent at getting positive yards. I think Sincere Baines comes to mind. Obviously, he's new to our program this year, but has really done well. I mean, the first play from scrimmage against Georgia Southern, I think he had around an 18-yard carry. So he's been tremendous. Rashawn Marshall behind him, and then Nick Laughlin is another guy in that group, in that mix, who has really been really consistent. But that group is just really consistent at blocking and running the football and playing special teams. So I've been excited about that group and just the growth we've made at the running back position. If you look at our run game, how it's improved tremendously this year, and a big credit to those guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Jordan, you talked with with Ben about just looking for ways to put a spark in your offense. You guys started with that opening drive, 70 yards, and hop on the board. What went well in that drive that maybe you'd like to see sustained here over a longer period of time?
Yeah, I think, within that drive, I mean, I thought Carter did a great job just trusting his reads. We had an RPO for a first down. Sincere had the long run for a first down. And then quarterback run game, like our read game that we could, I think Carter presents a lot of problems for defenses to have to defend defend him and the and our running back. So, we'll continue to find ways to get him involved with the run game. And because I think he does a nice job with that. And he's certainly fast once he gets in open field. He had the big run against William Mary. He had another one here against Georgia Southern. So he's definitely a threat with his legs and want to continue to find ways to get him the ball.
Defensively, you held up pretty well, as I touched on in the open. You allowed 24 points into late in the third quarter, and Christian Thomas leading you again, double-digit tackles. I think maybe all four games, if not at least three, with 10 the other night. How has he been able to be so consistent and kind of a rock for your defense?
Yeah, Christian, I mean, he just loves football. So one thing I think if you watch him play, you've seen him live. He's a passionate player, loves the game. Um, he's sideline to sideline. He's physical. He's big. He can rush the passer as well. So he's helped us in a number of ways, whether it's the second level or at the first level on third down. So um, Christian just has a nose for the ball. He's athletic enough to play over the top of blocks. If he has to work underneath them, he can. Stack them, get back. And he's just strong. So like I feel like once he gets his hands or he's able to clamp on a ball carrier, he's able to get them down. So not a ton of missed tackles from him, and that's something that we've really been great at all year. Is just like limiting our missed tackles. Within this game, I thought we didn't do a great job tackling. I thought Georgia Southern's running backs were really good. They're shifty, they're explosive, they're strong, good contact balance. But um, overall, I thought Chris handled himself pretty well.
You guys are back at home on Saturday and return to conference play with North Carolina A&T coming in. Just talk about the challenges they'll present for you.
Yeah, I think this is obviously a resilient team, a team that has been really challenged this year. So just seeing how they've competed, obviously they had their games, they've been in them all the way to the end. Um, and they have played a tough FBS game. They've had to endure that as well, and going down to UCF, and but you just see them and their resiliency and their character on tape, and that's the biggest thing I think is just seeing how hard they play. And we'll continue to dive into them today and get our game plan put together. But if we know anything, it's like you got to show up every Saturday, and that starts throughout the week. Got to have a great week of practice and build some momentum and confidence going into the game. And then got to go and execute. I think that's one thing we've echoed to our team is just like our execution within the game and throughout the game. Obviously needs to be better, and we got an opportunity to do that this weekend.
All right, Jordan, thanks as always for your time here this morning, and I look forward to talking again next.